welcome to my channel. My name is Miracle. In this channel I talk about women's wellness and mental health. I mostly talk about my weight loss journey, which is mostly motivated by my struggle with insulin resistance. Okay, growing up as a child, I've always struggled with my weight. Okay, but then I had a very positive mindset towards my weight. I had a form of self acceptance that I never really got bothered with my weight. I always shoved it off, like in terms of the worry, right? I always shoved it off on the platter of okay, that's my reality, that's my struggle, that's how I was born with. Some people are born to be fat, some people are naturally slim. Okay, and I never for one day question my self-confidence when it comes to my weight until in recent times when I saw damages happen to my skin. Like when I look back on old photos, I could see how clean and neat and natural my face was, or my skin. I have very good, amazing skin. Like stretch marks, despite the weight, I didn't have stretch marks. I just loved my body, growing up, until after some time when that reality seems to be fading away. And what happened? I was getting hyperpigmentation, my face was changing, my neck I was getting a lot of discoloration. Of course, the weight was adding, but and that brought me back to a drawback. Like, what's going on? Is it just the fatness or gaining weight? I've always been a fat girl. And that brings me to the topic. The main topic of this video is what I wish I had been told about insulin resistance early on. If I had a self-consciousness of what insulin could do to my body, the damages I have experienced, if I had a hindsight of it, if I had the slightest awareness, I think I would have started putting up this effort earlier. Okay, one of those is that insulin resistance will cause you to age faster. You just, the skin, it damages the skin. You probably have a certain age but look older than your age. Apart from the impact of weight, anyone who's plus size may generally look older, but when you begin to feel it within you that something is changing about you, your health, your awareness, like it's no longer business as usual, you know that this was only impacted by insulin resistance. So if I knew, years back, that not controlling my weight could lead me to this point, I think I would have done better. And that is the essence of this video. What I knew someone had told me earlier on about insulin resistance. That is one, that's aging faster. Another thing is Acanthosis nigricans. Acanthosis nigricans. When I started experiencing this on my body, I didn't know what it was, but I am big on research. Okay, I am your Google girl, researcher girl. I just have a way of finding answers to issues of life. Okay, so one day I was making my hair. I had a hairstylist come to my home. So this particular hairstylist is super big on sales and marketing. So when she makes the hair, she's going to take a video and then post it on her platform to show off her skills. So on one of the events, I saw the video. She was covering my back area, and I saw how dark my neck was on the back, and I was like, whoa, is this me? I mean, I really never got to see the back of my neck. It's behind, right? It is said that one is usually blind from the back. You can only see forward but not the back. So for the first time, I saw what my neck area looked from the back side, and it was horrible. Like, it was dark, like thick dark, and it brought a new reality to me. Okay, for instance, it's even clear on the camera, right? you can see some patches, some lines. I have discoloration in the front of my neck area, but it didn't give me much cause to worry. Okay, I've always shoved this one off as, being fat. Sometimes the neck has rings, right? So the inner folding and the darker area, I just always dismissed it. But when I saw how dark my neck was from the back, I knew that no, this can't be me. It was like a wake-up call, and from my investigation, I saw that this is Acanthosis nigricans, and it was linked to insulin resistance, obesity, diabetes. That was when I woke up. I was like, so this, I have been letting this happen to me. I could do better. Although having discovered that, I tried to make findings. What is the best way to take this out of my skin? And I realized that the best way is to lose weight. That was one of my biggest motivations, to wanting to change my life forever. Like, it wasn't just about losing weight now. I've had moments in the past where I lost weight and then gained it back. So my decision was, whatever I'm doing now has to be permanent. Okay, I'm going to show you a bit of my neck area more. I want you to get a feel of what the struggle is. Okay, so this is, you can see the dark patches here, and then from this side. Okay, and ever since I got that consciousness, you can see that may be one of the reasons I may want to wear this kind of hair, just to cover up the skin damage. Okay, I've been putting a lot of effort to removing them. My skincare routine has changed. By the way, I had so much also on my face area. It was just damaging my face so much. But I still using serum. Maybe some other time I could share my skincare routine to, regaining back myself, like healing my skin and all that. I've also started a neck care routine, which I could share some other time in a video. But that still remains on the point of Acanthosis nigricans, what it is. Okay, recently I saw a child, one of my students I tutor, on her neck area. I saw that same patches, right? And she's a young child, probably 9-year-old. She's plus sized, with a big stomach, big shoulder, with the lower part a bit lean, but from middle area upwards. And that was just my figure when I was a child. Such kind of figure will affect the child's mental health and all of that. So I saw myself in this child. And when I looked at this child, I was like, oh, this is just little me, right? I wish someone had told me that this is insulin resistant. I wish someone had told me as a child, this is pre-diabetic. Although as a child, I wouldn't have understood. As a child, I wanted to eat anything, succumb to my sugar cravings. I couldn't have been able to handle it as a child. But what was the responsibility of the adults in my life? Okay, if the adults in my life had the awareness, the consciousness, did they put effort to help with stricter measures? Of course, if you tell a child, don't eat sweets, don't eat biscuit, don't do it, they will never understand. I'm sure probably that would have been the reality with the adults in my life and myself as a child. And so when I, of recent, saw a little girl just going on my own path, my heart sort of bled, and I wish I could change things. I've been able to communicate with the mother about the reality of insulin resistance or pre-diabetic conditions, effect of obesity, although she may not have taken it with a lot of weight. She would have taken it lightly, more so, because she too struggled as a plus-size child, and she probably would have survived the hurdles and all that. She probably didn't have as much struggles as I'm having now, but the struggle is real. My heart was crying so much to help this child, to change this child's life, but I can't, because she has a guidance, she has a parent, and I can only see from afar, or I have little to do to change her situation. And that is why I'm making this video, to talk about the early signs of insulin resistance. I wish someone had told me about. Okay, right now as an adult, I'm struggling with corrective measures to heal my skin, to take steps or adjust to a lifestyle I wasn't used to before, you know. And I wish that for another person, another child, or a younger person, it need not be a child, like an adult, 18, 20, 21, 25. The earlier you start with um, understanding this reality, or understanding the impact insulin resistance could have on your health, not just internally but physically, that would help you to move for a change. And when I mean a change, I mean a lifestyle change, a permanent change to do better. Fatness is not just going to impact your self-confidence. Like sometimes for plus size women or ladies, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you do not like what you see, you are not happy. That's not just where it ends. As you age in your 30s, it begins to damage your skin, and you're usually not better off for it. And so this is a wake-up call for you. If you're out there and you're young, you're plus size, even if you're not as young as below 30, even if you're in your 30s or 40s, the earlier you start with combating insulin resistance, reversing your weight, taking measures to heal yourself, mostly internally, because the challenge is from what is happening within your body. Okay, I could try products to clear my skin, or whatever. There are skin treatments, laser treatments, even skin tags is one of those. Sometimes I see skin tags lying around. I have some just wear somewhere within my chest areas, and I'm crying for help. How do I change all of this? But the solution is from within. If only I have started earlier on to combat these hormonal struggles, this internal challenge, then the better off I would have been. By the way, the struggle is genetics, yes. Insulin resistance is genetics and plus size. I have my shoulders broader than the lower part of my body, my middle areas and shoulders. That's just how my mother was. It's genetics. It's something I couldn't have control, but there are still efforts, little efforts like drops of water I could have been doing earlier on to not get to the point where I am. I am at the stage of correction, taking corrective measures, but this video is to call you into action of a preventive measure. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. I think I've made a good point. I've passed the helpful information out there, and please support this channel. Okay, support me, like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. If the information I'm sharing out here is good to you, you're getting any benefit, share it, spread the news, support the channel so that the impact videos like this will go further, to have a wider coverage, a wider reach. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in my next video.